How's it going, everyone? We'll let everyone get in here, give it a couple minutes, then we'll get started. Audio okay? All of that's fine? See my screen? Sweet. We'll give it about 2 minutes or so, and then we'll go ahead and get started. My plan is to do a little weekly review on the main assets that I watch, and then we will answer some questions, and then we will do the little giveaway at the end. It will be a little bit shorter, today will be, than my future ones, just because I'm not feeling super great today, but just to know for the future. Oh, nice. We have 500 people in here. Cool. How to find daily bias. We can go over that. Yeah, we'll do my color code real quick. So we got the green 33B885, and then it's just all black. And then my background is F5, F5, F5. If I can show that. There you go. Yeah, the winners will be announced in the giveaway, or like in the stream. We'll just do that at the end of the stream. But what do we got? We'll give it till 1 more minute and we'll start. You consider Tuesday low of the week, you just avoid it. We can talk about that. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. I guess, what do you guys want me to start with? We can do gold, oil, indices, and then we can do some other assets that you guys want me to look at. Just a little weekly review. Three of the winners were announced on Twitter, and then the rest of them will be selected in here. I actually am working on an MMXM playlist. All right, so I'm seeing gold and indices. So we'll go ahead and start with gold. And then we'll kind of just view it as a day-by-day perspective, and I'll give you my insights into kind of this whole move. So we'll take it day by day, and we'll go through the last week too, just so you can understand. But I mainly focus on the phases of price delivery and daily closures, and then aligning that with the weekly profile. So when I see this move out of a consolidation, right, we have multiple days of expansion. I'm not thinking about trading this to the upside until we enter a new phase of price delivery, which would be either a retracement to then go higher, a consolidation, right, or a reversal, right? And so then I combine that with this closure here, and that is where I'm thinking retracement or reversal, right? And then here on this candle after Thursday, right, we validate these opposing candles or order block. So then I view this as, okay, retracement to expand higher, and this would be your midweek reversal, right? So then you get 1 day of expansion. And then similar to this previous time here, we have 2 days of expansion, so we could get one more, but I'm more so interested in waiting to see a new phase of price delivery, right? And then on this candle, we still close outside, so I'm not really interested on doing anything, right? Continued expansion, and most importantly, we'll mark out the weekly open here, because this is just how I frame trades. So Monday low, Tuesday expanding, I have no interest in that. We close like this, and so then I have interest in trading back to the open. However, that didn't have my lower time frame confirmations, and it fails, right? So we'll hop to the hourly to explain this real quick. When I'm looking for a reversal up here, or it did have my confirmations, but it didn't work, and I can talk about that. So let's rewind a little. Right, so here we are on the hourly chart, which is what I use on the weekly profile. And I will get to questions. I can see I'm kind of going quick on the side, but I'm just going to explain this first. So I'm viewing this as a reversal, right, paired with the closure. And so then on the following day, if this is going to continue lower, right, and we have closed below this now new opposing candle, I wouldn't want to see price trade above this high, right, or above 0.5 of this wick, which I'm going to be making a video on wicks, which will be more helpful, but we'll drag that over. So as we go into this day here, looking short, there's no price action or indication that we are putting in a high, right? So this candle right here completely invalidates that idea for me, right? Now, let me go back out to the daily. Now with this, I'm not switching my bias too long, right? We have Thursday. With a Monday low of the week, I'm not trying to trade long on a Friday, because if I'm thinking about the weekly open, low, high close, if we made the open low basically on Monday and we trade higher all week, I'm not trying to catch the high like that, or trade higher on a Friday when it's normally going to cap the weekly range. So then on this day, looking back into the range, and if you can see a nice reversal candle, right? And then we have an imbalance right here, right? So then dropping back to the hourly, and we let this day form. Let's see, right? You see how we get this reversal, and I'll mark out that reversal. And then right there. So once we close below there, then that high shouldn't be invalidated, and we have failure swings. And you can view these failure swings from the higher time frame, right? Because previous day low, previous day low. So that is the gold kind of weekly review there, if that made sense. Let's see if there's any questions. This is gold. If you guys don't know what asset I am watching, it will always be in this bottom right corner. It'll have my time frame and my asset symbol. Yes, I watch gold. I do not have a signal group. I don't believe in those. It's not sustainable long term for people. All right, so basically with gold, if we go back to the daily chart now, I had no interest in trading the upside because of the already expansion out. So then really the only move that came that was aligned with my strategy was Friday. Does that make sense? I personally don't use macros either. It's just all open, high, low, close, and smaller time frames. So that is gold. If you have any specific questions, you can ask. It's going kind of quick, so I'm trying to read. The giveaway will probably be in like 30 minutes or so. I'm not planning on this being super long stream. And the indicators I use, if we go back to the hourly, let me pull it up, these are just Power 3 Pro. So it allows me to have multiple candles. And then this puts out the EQ of the previous day's range. Okay, we're gonna hop over to oil, because it was rather interesting as well. So we will hop to the daily chart. So I'll kind of give you a broad overview of what I was looking for in terms of oil within the past few weeks, just because that gives a little context into how this trades. But on a higher time frame, right, we have this little downtrend, right? And then we swept out this low here, right? Now, I personally don't have a large interest in trading short below lows, right? That is not ideal for me. So once we're below this low, I am waiting for a swing point to form to try to trade back into the range. Now, where is that range? Well, you can take this range right here. You could take this range right here. I like to use that last kind of impulse leg. So discounted that range, we have, you know, an imbalance, and then we also have this overlapping order block, right? So one, looking for that. Once we have the change in the state of delivery here, that is when longs become valid for me to trade up into here, right? Now getting into this week, I didn't really have much bias in here, right? It's fairly messy, right? And the closures aren't telling me a whole lot. Now, I let Monday print, and let's talk about it because it's a little confusing. Now, on this move up, we're respecting up close candles, down close candles, right? So if we're going to continue higher, we'll do it from here. Now, what is a little bit concerning about this is if I wanted this to be a move higher, I would have wanted price to open, trade lower into it, go higher, close higher, right? But if we notice it swept out all these highs over here, it closed back into the range, but it's also respecting this. So on this day, I have no bias going into Tuesday because I can frame it both ways. I can say, hey, we formed a reversal off of this. And so with that, I'm going to be looking short, but I can also say, hey, we're respecting this down close candle here. We should also be going higher. So that's when I let another day print. And then this is a little bit more obvious, right? Because now we have continued to fail to close over previous day's highs, right? But the main one is we have swept out this swing point, failed to close over previous day high. And so from here, I want to look on the lower time frame for a reversal, which it wasn't very clean, so that's why I let another day pass. But looking for a reversal, right? If we had a cleaner reversal up here, it would have been a lot easier to trade. But this is where it would confirm the reversal for me, right? So that is where I would be looking. One second, an ad just came up on my side screen. That is where I would be looking to frame shorts, right? And so you could use this right here. I prefer the whole series, right? And so then once we close below this, then it is valid for me to look for shorts, right? So now shorts are fine, right? And looking within this daily's range, if I have a correct idea, we shouldn't trade above this high, right? And then if we're in expansion, when we close below new opposing candles, those shouldn't be hit as well. Oops. And wrong button. Right, so as we continue to expand lower, when we make new opposing candles, then we shouldn't return to them, right? Now you might be wondering, why wouldn't I consider these opposing candles? It doesn't really make a relevant high for me, lacking a wick, right? And when I'm on a new day, I want to see open, high, low close, right? This just opens and goes lower, which does not give me any validation of my idea to continue lower, right? But looking back out, right, we have all these failure swings down here. We have a new invalidation point. We have now confirmed a higher time frame opposing candle on the daily chart, and then we continue lower, right? Now, you may have seen the review I put on Twitter, but once we trade lower here, right, we formed a new opposing candle. So price should respect in here if we're going to continue lower, right? And then we go reach higher into this, make a new low. So then I would consider this, right? And now we're just kind of in a consolidation, right? But looking at the weekly range, if we pull up Thursday, right, we have had a Tuesday high of week, expansion Wednesday and Thursday, right? So if we're thinking in the phases of price, right, we have a reversal, and then we have expansion, expansion. Now I'm expecting a new phase of price delivery. And if we have a Tuesday high of week, Wednesday expansion, Thursday expansion, we meet our higher time frame objective, which were these lows, right? And an imbalance on the higher time frame, right? You see how we reach into here. Then what does that validate? It means that I can be looking for a TGIF setup, right? So let me get back to, go to Friday. So now as I go into Friday, right, the way I framed my analysis on this was we had an SMT here with gasoline. So that allows me to use these opposing candles as an order block. And if that is true, I'm looking for price to trade back into the range. So I marked out these highs here, right? And you can also use 20 to 30% of the range. So if we go from this high down to this low, do 0.23, we can look for 0.2 to 0.3, which is right in this area, and gives us an objective. So then when we trade, right, you can see right here we never validate a new order block. So this low is not valid yet, but once we close over this, now we have a new invalidation point here. And then we trade to there. And then when we close over this, now we have a new invalidation point, and that's where we're at currently, right? So let's see, I missed a bunch of questions. I'm not going to be able to get to everyone because there's a lot of people in here. Yeah, and any spam or unrelated comments are just going to be muted for the duration of the video. This is oil. So that is, if we go back out to the hourly here, right, you can see we had a Tuesday reversal, Wednesday continuation, Thursday continuation, and then Friday caps the weekly range. So then you get a very classic looking sell candle, right? Yeah, if you guys want, I do have a mentorship group with AM Trades. You guys can check the link for that in the description below. Let's see, gasoline RB1. Yeah, so if we can just add that in here, right there. We'll just throw it on the chart, right? And so if we're taking a look, you can see gasoline right here made a new low when oil made a higher low. So that's all that is. And wow, that looks horrible. How do I know if the high of the week is formed? Well, I never know something in the market, right? It's just my anticipation. If I knew something for sure, I wouldn't need risk management, right? But for me, once we close below here, right, I'm not anticipating this high to be taken or Tuesday's high to be taken because it's confirming it as a reversal for me. Now, then I can refine it down to the intraday reversal for invalidations. Every asset has a weekly profile, so yeah, you can use weekly profiles on anything. Now, I'm going to go briefly over the indices, but I'm pretty sure AM just posted a video on his weekly review and the trades he took, but we will hop over and talk about those. Use the 4-hour chart on Friday, but let's hop out to the daily. Right, and the way I framed this was slightly different. I am not a fan of trading away from these failure swings. Right? So the only valid day to trade long within my strategy is going to be Wednesday or Thursday, right? Until we meet that higher time frame objective up here. Really Wednesday. Now, the main thing I want to talk about, and then you guys can actually just go check out AM Trades video. Kiko, if you want to link AM's channel, that would be great. But the main thing for this was, once again, we have expansion or a move higher throughout the week. So looking for Friday to come back in and cap the weekly range. Now with the wick like this, that is a weak close within the daily candle. And so you can use 0.5 of this wick and looking for the lower half to support price lower, right? Now it was rather messy in here for me, right? Not a very clean reversal, but this was more so just a consolidation. So when we sweep the high of the consolidation, then we get that move lower, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, there you go. There's AM's channel. I think he posted one today. Or he's going to in like 10 minutes maybe. Yeah, everyone give a shout out to Kiko. I texted him 10 minutes before and I said, can you moderate? So indices have been rather annoying to me lately, just within my model. You guys probably know from watching my YouTube videos that my model focuses on swing points on the daily chart, right? That's why I look at closures. So when we have a lack of swing points being formed, it's very hard for me to trade away from that, right? So we can take a look at the weekly candle. I'm probably going to be looking to frame some downside in the early next week, just because of how we closed the weekly candle, which is fairly weak and inside the previous week's candle, right? And then we closed fairly weak. I would have preferred ES to close below this level. We didn't. But the main thing for me is, you guys have seen my high resistance versus low resistance liquidity video. And if you're just taking a look at this chart, right? I mean, I already have them marked up, but which side has failure swings? It's fairly obvious, right? So I don't really have an interest in trading long until we at least take some of these out personally. So obviously I go day by day, so it's not like I'm going to predict out a whole weekly candle. Let's see. Swing points work on any time frame. But if someone wants to give me a random asset, we can take a look at it, and then I will probably run the giveaway, because I think that's why most people are actually here. You know, I hope you did learn something while you're here too. But then, yeah, we'll keep it somewhat short for today. But I am planning, if you guys enjoy it, let me know in the actual comment section below. If there's enough interest, I will probably start doing these either every week or, you know, at least a few times a month. USDJPY, saw that one twice, so we'll go take a look at it. We'll go to, I guess I'm just gonna ruin one of these ones. Do you have a preference on broker? I mean, there's really only one day for me to frame on this. Like the only interesting day for me on this would be Thursday longs, which looks like kind of a New York reversal profile, but let's take a look. And I'm pretty sure this was because of China or some cuts, right? Rate cuts and stuff. So it's not like I'm gonna ever catch something like that or anticipate it, because that's, you know, fundamentals of the market. But really the only interesting thing for me would be long on this Thursday, right? But I'm just not really a fan of how the overnight traded, right? We can talk about it really quick, and I'll tell you why. So if we just take a look, right, I'm viewing this Wednesday as a reversal, right? So you can see Wednesday sweeps out, makes the low a very strong close. So I would personally be looking, all right, it's actually going to already be on my screen. Remove those. I would just be looking long in the upper half of this range, right? So looking for that. I don't want to see price trade below here for this next day. So that gives me my point of interest for longs, right? Now, ideally for a long setup, the only main thing I don't like about this is we have such a large range, right? So that sets up possibility for some consolidation. But normally, like what I like to see is price trade a little bit slower down into this point of interest. This would be something I want to see, like a London reversal, and then trade higher off of that. But when we do this, right, we already take out these highs. Normally I wouldn't expect this to get taken out, right? Then we go out, we make a new high, right? That close right there, if that's how it closed, is the close that tells me these lows are likely to get validated or invalidated. And the main reason is if price is going to trade higher, it will respect 0.5 of these opposing candles. Right, that's what it will do in a strong trend or expansion. Once we close below there, and then if we close below this, that's where we now have a bearish change in the state of delivery. And then we sweep out these lows, right? So then we reach, still respecting these, the 0.5 of that. So it's like you could possibly get on side with the New York reversal here. I'm not a fan of it because, let me remove all these drawings so I can clean it up. I don't like to trade into high resistance liquidity like this within the daily profile, right? I like to have the failure swings there. So when London makes a high and then this reversal, that's going to invalidate me looking for longs. And you can see we just don't really get that expansion. So let's see. MXM requires good skill on internal to external liquidity. So I trade market maker models within my model, but I actually don't use internal and external liquidity. But let's see, USDCAD. We can take a quick look at one or two more, and then what we will do is do the little giveaway, because I know a lot of people are wanting that. So we'll do that. Once again, need the daily chart. So this is actually set up for a Monday expansion, which is kind of rare, but let's talk about it. So the main thing is USDCAD, just viewing it from a higher time frame perspective. Are we currently trading towards the bottom right of the screen or the top right of the screen? Well, I would say this is trading lower, right? Let me rewind. Now this would be the new week. So when we reach back into the previous range, and by range I mean from here to here, and then we're sweeping out a high, and then we close below here, that is what I would consider a reversal, right? So then if we respect this opening price as well as 0.5 of this, I would anticipate price to trade lower, right? And then eventually we'd want to see a close below here, right? And a close below that low, right? So this is where it's like a little bit confusing as well, because we sweep out this low, we don't get a strong close, but now we are respecting this. And so I wouldn't want to see Monday or Friday's high traded back to. We can go to the hourly for something like that. Right. Since Friday made the reversal there, I wouldn't want to see this high traded back to. So I just don't really like Forex because I don't find it to be very clean. But let's see. I don't really use fair value gaps. Let's see. Giveaway. All right, we'll run the giveaway. We'll do that right now. So if you guys still have not yet to enter the giveaway, go ahead and I'll give you like 2 minutes to go fill out that form. Then what I'll do is I'll just I'll put a little text box here. We'll do winners, and there's going to be 4 of them, right? So the thing is, you have to be in the stream right now to win. If you are not, you can't win. So I would say have the chat be a little bit slower for a second. I'm gonna give you a minute or two, and then I will get some randomly selected. I don't use fair value gaps really. I use them within my model to define reversals. I just don't really use them. I focus on order blocks. Man, the chat is going so fast. And then, I don't know, let's see. you're bad at New York continuation. I actually have a video on New York continuation. All right, sweet. So I think we gave it enough time. We will go ahead and click. Actually, I see a few more responses coming in, so I'll give it like 1 minute. And then we will select some. Whoa. Oh yeah, you guys get a blank screen while I select them, I guess. Interesting. Well, you'll see me come in and out of the screen. I'm traveling, so I have a MacBook now, so I still am learning it. Holy, yeah, can we... I'm gonna turn down the chat a little. That thing is going fast. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the first one. Really quick. Put everyone into a Google Sheet, and then I'm just gonna randomly generate one. Let's see. Alright, see the first winner. We'll see if they're in the chat. If they are the winner. They will be that. So if you are in the chat, let's see if they can type something. Trying to see. Holy guys, please slow down or something. Trying to see who the winner is. Whoa. Is he here? C dot. Oh, is that you, C dot? Alright, wait, I'm gonna turn down the chat because I can't even see if it's going so fast. Let me see if I can. I actually don't even know how to adjust that right now. Okay, he's here. Alright, sick. I will reach out via email and get you an account issued. Let's hop into the next winner. Let's see. Randomly going, and we got there. Let's see. Hopping back into the stream. The next person is that, whoever that is. Are you here? This chat is going so fast. Are they here? Can someone... Guys, you know it's randomly selected. I'm not just gonna choose people, so it's you saying to select you isn't helping. Is someone here? Is that person here? If that's you? No. Holy. Yeah, you've seen them in chat. Okay, wait, let me... Yeah, I'm gonna see how I can put this on slow mode. Okay. Alright, we're adding a fat delay in between messages here. There we go. He is here. Are you there? Alright, cool. Next person. I'll pull it up. And we got this person. Let's see. Put it up on the screen. NCL Trader. Are you in chat? It should be your YouTube name. NCL Trader, if you're in chat, please comment and at me. Otherwise, I'm going to select a new winner. Guys, please stop saying me. I'm choosing them randomly. You're here? Where? Alright, I'm gonna slow the chat down even more. Holy. Never had this many people on a stream. I didn't think there would be that many people here. He's here. Alright, I really appreciate it, whoever. Alright, perfect. Alright, and then the final winner is, let's see. This is their YouTube display name. Is Seek for Wisdom. Are you here? Let's see. If they are here, then I will. Let's see if they're in here. Otherwise, if they are not, a new person gets selected. Let's see. Alright, I don't know if he is there. We'll give it a minute or two. Yeah, giveaways longer than the technical part. Yeah, I think maybe next time I'll just, I don't know how to go about it. I wonder if there's like a thing you can do within it. I don't know if this person's here. Let me see. Yo, Kiko, do you know if Seek for Wisdom is there? Otherwise, I think I'm gonna have to choose a new one. He's there. Where is he at? He's here. All right, cool. So those are our winners. I will reach out to my funded futures. You will get an account issued to you via the email you left in that drop box, right? Now we'll answer a few more questions and then we will, kind of go. I'm thinking if I continue these, would you guys be interested in, maybe I can get some like FX replay accounts or other stuff like that where we can, give away a few each week, something like that, just to do something. Don't give in to the beggars. I didn't. I put it in an Excel sheet and then had it randomly select people. So, but if you guys have any final, there was one question on my templates. So let's go over that real quick. So this is how I have my trading view set up, and I have all these templates set at the top that organize my indicators. So for instance, we're gonna go back to ES here. And let's say I am wanting my chart to be completely clean, then I have a setting that's just ticks off everything. If I want to view the weekly candle on the hourly chart, I can click my weekly template and there I go. Right, if I want to see the weekly profile with Thursday, so that's 4 days of daily candles plus the weekly candle, there we go, or Friday. Right, so all the indicator templates do is allow me to adjust what I want to see a lot quicker. Yeah, I do have my funded futures discount code. So if you guys check the description below, if you want to try them out, they are nearing the end of their 40% off sale for first time users. Let me see if I can, or Kiko, do you want to throw that in chat? If I keep doing this, I'm going to have to have someone actually moderate. Sorry, when I switch screens, it turns off. Awesome. All right, I see NCL there. I can make a quick video on setting up indicator templates if you guys want me to. And yes, I use open, high, low, close, and open, low, high, close. That is essentially the foundation of my model. I am only looking to trade the daily open, high, low, close most of the time. That's my goal. And yes, there is a free trial within the market lens still. So you can, just go to that link in the description below. It's completely free, no credit cards, nothing. Like, we're not trying to, gimmick people into, oh, here's a free trial, put in your credit card and then you get charged. Like, we're not like that. So it's completely free. You don't have to have a credit card. You don't have to do anything. You just come in there and learn. And then, that's all. We're just trying to help people with that. And then if you enjoy it, then you can look into our actual mentorship. If you don't, there's no harm because you didn't pay anything, Can you talk about your mentorship? Sure. So the main things within the mentorship is it's not just me, right? So it's TTrades, which is also one of my mentors, TTrades, and then me. So he has a live stream on Sunday. I have one on Wednesday, and then we have a Discord group, where it is like, you can ask anyone that's in there. You generally get your questions answered like almost right away, at least by me. AM's a little bit slower because he's busy, but I'm in there a lot of the time. So you get my analysis, which is I post a video just on my general idea and direction for the market that I am trading for that day. But it is no signals, nothing like that. Like, I'm not calling out, I'm not trading for people. I don't do any of that. I'm just providing the education and helping out, because that is how you actually learn long term. I appreciate that, John. Thank you. I am gonna continue to do that. How much discount with your My Funded Futures? So for My Funded Futures, they have a sale currently for first-time users for the starters, which is 40% off. And the nice thing about that is there's no activation fee. But then if you just use code TTrades, it will give you whatever the highest one is. I'm starting to learn from your content. This is your first year. Awesome. Glad to help. ICT mentioned that midnight open is not relevant after 11 a.m. Any thoughts on this? So that's not something I study. I don't really use midnight open other than for just a support and resistance level, right? I'm trading the daily open, high, low, close. So I put more emphasis on the actual open of the daily candle, right? So if I go into what I look at, right, intraday, we can just go to oil, right? I'm gonna have I'll clean up the chart here. Like, this is all that's on my screen when I'm actually analyzing. I have the daily open, and then I have an equilibrium mark. So, and yeah, my model is fractal. So what I do on the higher time frames, you can do on the lower time frames. I just find that the higher time frames fit better with me within the economic calendar. And then it's just a lot easier for me to make decisions, right? Yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, feel free to push that like button, dislike button if you didn't enjoy it. It's all a choice. Do I use SMT? So yes, I use SMT, but it's not a foundational part of my model. So I'm not going to take let me rephrase. I'm not going to take something because it doesn't have SMT, right? SMT is an added confluence for me, but it's not going to stop me from taking a setup, right? Because I'm basing it off of my higher time frame narrative, all of that, right? Super glad to hear you guys have enjoyed my videos. I am planning on making some new series. One will be on MMXM, and then I've also gotten a lot of thoughts on people saying, hey, like, can you just make a playlist that takes you from knowing nothing to understanding ICT? So I think that's going to be something I do as well. Thoughts on IMIN trading? I don't really have thoughts on many people. I just kind of stay and do my own thing. Regular live Q&A. Yeah, that's what this is. Do you use open, high, low, close for bias? Yeah, so for instance, if we go to, we'll just stay on oil here. Right, so after this daily closure here, I'm expecting price to continue lower. So that means I'm anticipating price to not go open, low, high, low, close, right? Normally, right? I'm wanting to see price open, make a high, get that body of the candle, and then close. Does that make sense? I don't know, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, so I've never seen any of the videos. Yeah, the giveaway has been done. That's why the chat has slowed a little and then a lot of people left. I can only see one so there are free versions as well. If you tag me in the Discord after the stream, I'll hop in and I'll give you some other indicators that are free, because the one I use is a paid version, right? So this is a paid version that allows me to use multiple different candles, and it's how I like it. But there are multiple free versions. Like, you don't need to pay for this. If you like it, you can, but there are other options, which I have linked in Discord. How do you hold trades for more than a day? It depends on the setup. I like to take off most of my position if I'm going to be swinging something. Do you use fair value gaps for entries? Very rarely. I'm more so focused on, let's just give a quick example here, and you guys can give me feedback. How many of you have tried to, let's say we just have a fair value gap here. And we'll clean up my charts a little. How many of you have tried to, set a limit order somewhere in this fair value gap? You ever stop above it, wherever you want it, right? And then you're targeting lower, and price just absolutely rips through, right? I feel like a lot of people have gone through that scenario, and then either continues higher or goes back lower, right? So I'm less focused on using fair value gaps for entries and more so as defining order blocks, right? So I will wait for price to have a reaction here, validate a new order block, and then now I don't need to pick this high or the low, right? Now I have an entry I can take with a stop loss that I can use, right? Something like that, right? Or enter at the market, whatever, right? Does that make sense? So that's why I don't personally enter limits on fair value gaps, because to me it's just like trying to catch a reversal. I like to trade with price, right? Like, I would rather be going short in here than going short when it's going against me. I don't really care to pick highs and lows. Why would you need a video? GBP USD. We can take a quick look. So I think GBP had my model. Yeah, so GBP had my model on Tuesday. So Monday formed a reversal, and then that allows for a Tuesday expansion. And I'm also pretty sure there's SMT in here somewhere because Euro is a lot weaker. But when we get the closure, you've seen my daily bias video looking for upside. If you go to the hourly here, right? Any longs in here are valid, right? Etc. So when is my face reveal? I don't know yet. I kind of enjoy my privacy. No, I mean, you need data to see the futures. So for instance, if I'm watching ES here, if I'm looking at the futures contract and I don't have CME data, it's going to be delayed about 15 minutes, right? So I do need data for that. I'm not certain on TradingView what plan you need to get that data. I don't know. For those of you that want to know about, I'm gonna hop over to my other side real quick. It's gonna have a black screen for a second, so sorry about that. but we are going to, I'll grab the, if you guys want to, there's quite a few questions on, hey, what is entailed into the mentorship. You can just take a look here and it gives you a fairly basic rundown of what is there. All right, I just pinned it. Right, there's the free trial and then it shows you what's in there. Double purge. I don't use it personally. It's not, I mean, it's been used in my model, but it's not like I use it specifically. Data is 6 or 7. Yeah, I don't know. I have data on my personal brokerage account and then also TradingView. So it's like, but I also pay for some other data. I don't know how much it adds up to. Yeah, so everything is going to be in the normal TTrades Discord. It's just you get extra sections. Does it occur when I don't focus on SMT as much? Like I've never studied, does SMT occur when high news is passed? Like I've never studied that in depth. So it's like I can't really provide an answer for that. Which country you belong? I'm from America. I am currently in Spain. No, AM does not stream every day. He streams Sundays. I stream Wednesdays. New York reversals. I mean, I can show you New York reversal on NQ or like a New York manipulation. So within this framework, right, it's just very messy, but this is where the invalidation would be, or that is where I would invalidate price if it went higher. It couldn't go lower. And then if we go to the 5-minute chart, we'll pull this up. We'll just hop to there. Right. We have some fairly obvious consolidation lows here, right? So although that isn't the London lows, that would be my main, or like my first target before the previous day lows, right? There's kind of 3 targets there. If I can catch that low. Right. Now within a New York reversal, this one's not very clean, but we can talk about it. If you're using those important time levels, we have 8:30 opening and making what? If our bias is short, 8:30 makes an opposing run by going higher, right? Now using those series of up close candles that form the high, if we get a closure below that, then I wouldn't anticipate this high being taken out to then go trade lower, right? We haven't closed below there, so I don't have an opinion. And then right here, we get that closure below it, right? Now, you can see it's just a very messy reversal, but let's see what happens. And then do we form a new opposing candle? Let's see, not yet. We haven't closed below. We make a new high, so then this would be the opposing candle. We've closed below it. Now that shouldn't get hit, right? See, it's just very messy. We've now closed below a new one. Right now that high shouldn't get hit. Okay, and now this is still technically the high that can't get hit because that's the opposing candle and we haven't formed a new one yet. And then if I was trailing, I would have likely gotten stopped out right here. Because when we close below there, I'm considering that an opposing candle. So when we go and take this out, that is where I would get stopped out prior to these lows getting taken out, previous day low, right? And that would be a little bit too tight of a trail, but it also, saves you from sitting in that. Let's see. Hopefully that answered your question for an example on a New York reversal, but you can see timing, right? We trade higher. New York is what forms the reversal, so that anything following, specifically 10 a.m., should be a continuation lower. This is just kind of lethargic price action. I do not release content in Spanish yet. I am going to probably look at doing that when I get some more time. I don't speak Spanish, but just having someone do it for me. What broker? I use NinjaTrader, which is basically Tradeovate. It's the same company. But can you show an example of your model? I mean, this would be an example of my model on a lower time frame. I could also show another one. I mean, it's just, we'll see here real quick. Is there SMT on that low? No. I mean, the only good example of my model in there would be here. We form a reversal, right? So then in this following candle, I don't expect price to trade back up above here, right? I don't want to see it trade higher, because what happens? If price is going to trade all the way back up here, that isn't bearish for me anymore, right? So that's why I kind of use discount and premium opposite. So once we do that, we form a reversal. Any shorts in here are valid to go take out lows, right? And then we have a strong close, or a weak close, you can say. I wouldn't want to see price trade above here, right? Now we formed a new opposing candle, so if we're going to continue lower, it wouldn't come violate this high. Since it violated that high, it can be a posh little shift in trend, and then it would be higher. So it's kind of the same as how I do it on the higher time frame. But I'm going to turn e-messages, I'll only delay it for like 30 seconds now. That way people can actually type. Appreciate that, Alton Morgan. Would you trade from an area of relative equal highs or lows? Sure. It's not really preferred. I prefer to have a sweep. But this power 3 indicator, if you can just reach out, just tag me in Discord and I'll get it sorted. How to place position order from TradingView? I mean, a lot of times I'll just have the buttons up and just click the market order. But why Spain, not Portugal? I don't know, I chose to go to Spain for a few months. I can't receive a message in order to log into my... I don't know, that would not be a thing for me. That would be something for their support. But I think we are at about an hour. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, please just go into the actual comment section. Let me know what you enjoyed, what you didn't, how I can improve it. And I'll likely probably start doing these, you know, at least 2 times a month, if not 4 times a month. It just depends on my schedule. Yeah, the giveaway has been done. So yeah, Spain has been nice. But I'm gonna go kind of relax for my evening. Go watch AM's stream. I think AM got a new video out. Can anyone verify that? I don't know. Let me check on my phone real quick. Let's see. No, it's AM. We don't live stream every day, but we help every day, right? I don't think he has released it yet, but if you go to AM's page, like, subscribe, whatever, he'll be releasing something, and that's a very in-depth review of what I kind of glanced over on the weekly profile for NQ this week. Bro takes forever to make a video. He's gonna start posting, I think, twice a month. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I actually do have like a personal Instagram that I started that I'm starting to post on. If you are interested in that side of things, you can just ask me in the, or I'll just type the, I made a YouTube too. I haven't posted on it, but that's my like username on Instagram and YouTube. We'll see. I might start vlogging eventually, or just like doing life, like what I'm doing. But anyways, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know all the other questions, drop them in the comment section below. I do go read those. But other than that, I will see you guys all later. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and stay safe. See you guys. Let me end the stream.